everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the next two tag templates in Kathleen Mower's series, numbers 3 and 4. I already tried to start recording this video and I was so tongue-tied it was ridiculous, so I had to start over, but now I've already drawn my examples on the page. If you missed last time, I will tell you again, why on earth am I doing this? And the reason I'm doing this is because it's really helpful to just have some little formulas that you can just go to again over and over again for decorating up your tags. They can also be applied to journal pages, to your journal cards, or if you're trying to decorate a pocket, belly bands, whatever it is that you have that's kind of a flat surface. If you're working on scrapbooks, I dare say that some of these could also apply to your scrapbook layouts. I don't know, but it seems reasonable to assume. Or if you're just working on cards, you make cards to give away. These are just quick formulas for decorating your item so that it looks pleasing to the eye. All right, so let's get started here. If you're wanting to craft along, go ahead and grab your supplies. And if not, if you just want to watch, go ahead and get cozy, get your seat, your drink, and maybe a blanket to snuggle up under. And I will be right back in just a minute. All right, so I have a few examples here that I would like to decorate up. I went ahead and just pulled all the items together and got them ready to go rather than you guys having to watch me decide, because even though these formulas are very good for helping you quickly assemble things, it still took me forever to figure out what I wanted to put on them. So the struggle is very real. We're still working on this. So what I did was I went ahead and I just got several of these tags ready to go so that we can demonstrate or work on these together. I can demonstrate this to you. The first template is called Crossroads. And all that is where you have a vertical line and a horizontal line and they intersect. She called this an interruption. So you're interrupting one line with the other, you're just layering it across. And just, it doesn't have to only be two items. She had several examples where she had a couple things going vertically and a couple things running horizontally, as long as they're intersecting at a certain point. Anything can create those lines. They're visual lines. They're not hard and fast lines. It's not like you have to have a straight line or a hard edge or anything. Anything that's creating your eye to move forward visually and to move across, that's how you're getting that intersection or the crossroad. Another thing she talked about was that it can be balanced or symmetrical, meaning that you can have everything line up exactly so that it's even on both sides, symmetrical, or you can line your things up asymmetrical, which means that your intersecting point can be anywhere off center. And I think that really just depends on what kind of things you like to make. I tend towards a more asymmetrical style because I like that better. But sometimes having everything lined up exactly right so it's even on both sides and having it symmetrical looking can work too. And then she talked about the rule of thirds, which is something that they use in painting and drawing and photography and stuff. And basically you take your item and you divide it into thirds, top to bottom, not actually physically, but you think of it in thirds, divide it into 3 sections, top to bottom and side to side. And so you end up with like this tic-tac-toe kind of an idea in your mind. And so the most balanced would be right in the middle, right in the center of your tic-tac-toe. However, your intersection could line up in any of those 9 squares, just like your tic-tac-toe boxes. So wherever you want things to crisscross or intersect, it can be any of those. And I think any of those would probably look good on the page. I think, but don't quote me. Anyway, so let's start with these 3. I'm going to scoot this over. I'm going to kind of leave it so you can read it a little bit. And then I'll start with the 3 that I prepared in order of easiest to hardest. Okay, so this one is very simple. It is just a piece running horizontally at the bottom with this sticker running vertically, taking your eye up and down on one side. So the intersection point would be down here in the bottom of our tic-tac-toe, right? And then I'm gonna just, for kicks and giggles, also throw on this little piece here. And I kind of liked it next to the plant, but you know, I could put it underneath the plant a little bit. Let's see if I can get this just right. Because then together, this runs a little more horizontal or vertically up and down, and so does the plant. So together they would help carry your eye up, or at least in my mind they do. And since I'm not a professional artist, once again, never went to art school, we can just basically do what we want as long as it looks good. And so you can also do it so the stem overlaps down here, and then your intersection is more kind of right in the middle of everything here, towards, you know, the bottom of the plant, but not at the very base. So you can do this a bajillion different ways. So I used that word the other day too, bajillion. That is a technical art term. Just kidding. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put a little dab right here underneath the typewriter to anchor that. And then I'm gonna run my glue across here. I kind of lined it up here with the words on the page visually, so I know where to put this. Okay, so we're gonna glue that down. And then we are going to take the sticker apart. I'm using the pin trick. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I was about to say I'm using the pin and it's still not coming apart very well. Okay, so I did like it. I don't want that to stick. I liked it with part of the stem below and part of the stem, the rest of it above this line. I just kind of like how that looked. And I don't want it to have a wrinkle in it. There we go. And so I'm going to smooth that down. Now I'm not sure. I kind of wish that my typewriter was over here where I had it, but anyway, it'll be fine. Then we will, let's just trim right here. Ta-da! Just make sure everything's straight. And then later I can put a tag topper if I want to put a ribbon on there, or if I want to punch a hole or whatever. I do have this little doodad here. Let's see. I'm going to have to staple it just so it stays, and I don't have my stapler, but I can just put that here, and look at that. So pretty. So I will add that later. But there's the first one. Now the second one, I also have 2 items, or 3 items, I mean. She indicated that you don't actually have to have only 2 items, and I've noticed that I'm kind of gravitating towards 3, with 2 going in one direction and 1 going the opposite direction, so that must just be what I like. So I have that here again. I've got this flower and this plant sticker both running in the vertical direction, and then I have this little handmade tag that I pulled out of my stash, and it has, not only did I lay it going this way to give you the horizontal line, but it also has these lines on it, so that kind of reinforces the horizontal idea. What I do want to do is give it just the easiest bit of ink because it's blending into the back of the page. There we go. I could put something in there. I don't think I will in the hole here, but I don't know if I want to cover it with a sticker later or not. I was trying to mark that just a little bit, but I was afraid I was going to get ink all over. So, okay, so arranging this how I would like it. And I'm going to have to put down the sticker first, but I did want to see more of this plant back behind this flower. Okay, so I'm going to lay that, I'm going to hold those right there, and then, uh-oh, Tom's playing with the dog out in the hallway and making squeaky noises. I took my doggie to the groomer yesterday. She looks and smells so pretty. Boy, she has a little attitude, though, every time she comes back. She's always so feisty. She had a pretty good day yesterday, actually. I mean, she got out of the house, she went to the groomer, and while she was there, I went and just got out of the house myself. Went to the Dollar Tree to find some more of my glue, and it's in a different bottle now. So this is the one that I was looking for, the old bottle, but now look at that. This one, or the one I went to, the Dollar Tree I was at, they had these 4-ounce bottles. So by the time I buy 3 of these, that's 12 ounces for $3.75, and it works just like Fabri-Tac or the 3-in-1, but I'm paying $3.75 and getting 12 ounces instead of $12 to $14 and getting 8 ounces. So as long as I can get away with that, I'm going to do that. Let's see. Okay, so essentially, I want it to not grab, but I want to kind of try to figure out where I want that and then quickly move this stuff. Like that. Uh-oh. And also these shiny ones, the acetate stickers. Once they're down, they're kind of down. Okay, trim this off. It's just overhanging, it's just the clear part, but they don't wrap around very well, or I would just wrap it around the edge. All right, so now let's put this in this, and you know what? Later on, if I decide to, I can put a word down here. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, once again, we're going to, oops. I'm going to try to get that how I want it. It's not straight. Luckily, the music is straight, so that helps. Okay, just put a little dab under there. And I'm going to carefully pick it up. Okay, and then last week, remember how we talked about grounded? So really, I think I want my flower, the base of my flower, resting on that line so it looks like it's grounded and not floating. So that's something else to be aware of when you're positioning your items. Just make sure they don't look like they're floating. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes you want them to float, like if it's a balloon. But for the most part, you don't. Here we go. Nice. There, and I just like how all of this green in the background helps fill in this empty space behind this flower. Nice. I'm wanting to make sure that I do some of these as at least one of every example with a masculine theme, but I just did a bunch of those journal cards and made some masculine ones there. Of course, these are tags, so I guess it wouldn't hurt. Anyway, maybe next time I can demo with some masculine as well. There we go. Okay, so there's that one, and then I have this one. Okay, so this one is a little bit trickier, and here's why. So I'm going to take all of this off the tag. This tag was very bold, very bright. What I was noticing was this piece here. I had collaged these, and you saw me do these, I think, last year. It was on a paper sack. Anyway, so I collaged on the paper sack and then cut them apart, but they're just so bright. And so what drew my eye here was this piece. So it's going horizontally. So I was playing around, and believe it or not, this butterfly is so muted. The colors are so toned down, but it kind of worked. So then I was having trouble deciding, trying to figure out what to put with this butterfly. I am considering him a horizontal line because it's running across, even though I have it at an angle. I mean, I could put it straight, but I like the angle. And so I'm going to consider him to be horizontal and this to be horizontal. And then I was having trouble figuring out what to make as my vertical line. And then I found this little label thing. And I liked colors because it echoes the colors of the butterfly. And again, it helps tone all this down. And then it was looking empty, so I found these tickets. And I've inked them up. They're kind of torn up, actually, right here. But I've inked them up so they're not so bright blue. And when I lay them down, they also provide another horizontal line because the words are running across. So visually, I kind of have 3 horizontals. 1, 2, 3. And then this is my vertical because the pattern runs up. And I suppose even the text on the background runs vertically. I think that's why that works. I don't know, you guys may be looking at that going, yuck, what a mess. But anyway, I like it, so it seemed to work out okay. All right, now this tag, since I Mod Podged, put Mod Podge on the back, or, you know, collaged glue, I sealed it. Not everything sticks to it, so I couldn't use any stickers on it because they definitely do not stick. But I'm trying to make sure that I've got this all lined up. I'm trying to tack it down from the top level, get it all stuck together so that I can turn it over and glue underneath. This is not easy. Okay, at least not for me. Not for old fumble fingers. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. Gonna get that glue off of there. Oh, I don't have a dry one. That's unfortunate. Hold on a second. I'm just using up this stash of restaurant napkins. Also, I need to go through and clean my background. And I usually use the hand sanitizer that has alcohol in it. Okay, why does that look not straight? One thing about this glue, you do get a little minute to arrange everything. Okay, because it looks not straight because this one right here is not straight. I wonder if that happened just now when I... Oh, it's not moving. Okay, well, it's gonna live like that. We'll adjust it. What was I saying? Oh, I try to clean my mats with the hand sanitizer that has alcohol in it, but I think this mat, this is a cutting mat for quilting, and I found it at the thrift store, and I spilled something on it, and it smeared the ink, so I'm afraid that it might, the alcohol in the hand sanitizer might cause this to smear the lines. I'm just gonna have to try it in a section and see, because that would make me a little bit sad. If I smear all the lines, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a mat, of having a grid on my mat, rather. Okay, I'm trying to center that up so that his little wings are on the tag. Okay, ooh, he just barely. Okay, I'm gonna kind of hold that for a second and press it down so he doesn't slide around too much. There we go. So here's my horizontal, calling this a horizontal, vertical, and then the background is vertical. So that's how I'm getting my crossroads. Now, let's scoop those out of the way and we'll bring the other one over. 1, 2. Okay, so on this one, this is called 3 layers, and The principles that you use are variety and harmony. So you want 3 different items, and where's my pencil? So she had them drawn on her tag kind of down here towards the bottom, but you could orient them anywhere on your tag. So there's one, and then so that's like a wide horizontal kind of thing, and a vertical element. She had hers kind of squarish. Mine's too far off to the side. And then a circle, a curvy line, okay? So 1 is horizontal, 2 is vertical, and 3 would be a curve. So just like we talked about last time, you know, your curve could be flower, butterfly, seashell, a bell, a crown, anything that's curvy, okay, a vine. So when you have 3 elements that you're putting together and you're wanting them to all be a little bit different, this is similar to 2 plus 1 more, except that those were both running vertically and were kind of longer, but this is like a horizontal and a vertical. So you want separate elements that look good together. Okay, so variety, you have separate elements. Harmony, you want them to kind of go together and look good together. And then she said, I'm gonna make this a little dotted line so you can tell that's behind. This right here is the pivot point where everything touches and meets. And she actually, on one of hers, I think she put a brad or something right there to kind of draw attention to it, but it also kind of anchored everything, which was interesting. So it's a mix of straight lines, curvy lines, verticals, horizontals, and then you want separate elements that, I can't spell apparently, separate elements that look good together. Okay, so I'll show you what I came up with here. Let's see, I'm going to do this one first. This one was a little tricky, and then I was having trouble sticking to 3 elements. So as usual, I'm wanting to do 5. I gravitate towards 5. Okay, so my arrangement was one of these little calendar saying things, and then I have this ticket. So this is, they're kind of both going horizontally, but I'm considering, I don't know, I was considering it was kind of vertical as well. Maybe I'm off base. Tell me what you guys think. So these guys are gonna layer like that. And then my butterfly was gonna be the curvy thing and go like this. Actually, I could, if I wanted to bring more attention to this ticket, I could put it on top, but I don't. I wanted it behind, but I wanted to see that number. Okay. But then I have this butterfly coming up from the bottom. It does cover that Washington Irving said this quote, but if I put it this way, it covers all the flowers, and I didn't really want to cover the flowers, but I could. I also liked that all the colors went together, and then I found this little, I think it's supposed to be a lily, and I just wanted to bring it in. It's another curve, basically, but I wanted to bring it in back there to kind of tie in the pink down here, but my butterfly is covering it up. So I don't know if that helps it or hinders it. This little lily thing, the flower. I mean, I think it looks okay. It looks fairly harmonious to me. I am way off center on the screen. There we go. It does look somewhat harmonious to me. What I do need to do, and what's throwing it off, is I need to trim this. As much as I love that look, it's really hard to glue and it just catches on things, and this thing is ripped. So I want it to have a good chance at, oops, I bumped the camera with my head, sorry. I want it to have a good chance of all looking good together, and maybe that will help me bring this up a bit, and then my butterfly doesn't have to cover, oh yeah, see? I could still move this up even higher if I want, which I probably will. Okay, so I do want to give this a little bit of an edge. Today I'm using Vintage Photo. I wanted to, I could accentuate that crack, that rip, just to make it look a little bit older. Now, one thing that she likes to do is wrinkle up her pieces and then kind of go over them to give them texture. I don't think this would work very well for that, but I did highlight the tear, so that's how we're doing that. There we go. Got to make it lay the right way. Suppose I could give it like another little rip down here to make it. Here, I'll do that. Why not? Except this one doesn't want to. I want an artistic rip. Oh no. I'm not sure how artistic that looks now, but whatever. Okay. I'm just gonna go around the edges of all of these, including this beautiful butterfly. And he's got an extra piece there. There we go. Yeah, so yesterday I went to the Dollar Tree and I went back to Hobby Lobby because they have new bins in this color. And you know what this is? This is the shade of my bathroom cabinets when we did our remodel. And I thought, wow, way to go, Hobby Lobby, for copycatting me. Yep. And then I went over to Tuesday morning. When I was there last week, I had seen some precision tweezers, and I didn't buy them. But then I started thinking about it, and I wished I had. So I went back to get them, and of course they were gone. Oh well. So that's all right. I was just really trying to get out of the house again and just get moving, you know. I'm just so homebound these days. So yeah, then I got my glue. What else did I do? I had several things on my list. And actually it took a little bit longer at the groomer than normal. Usually she's done in about an hour, but it took her over, well, just about 2 hours yesterday. I was running out of things to do. All right. And then after I got the doggy and I went back out to Tuesday morning and stuff, then I went to Costco and got us a chicken for dinner. Because sometimes you just need a Costco roasted chicken for dinner. Plus, I am low on chicken broth. Does anybody else here make their homemade chicken broth at all? I love making homemade broth. When I quit working, I kind of got started doing it. I don't remember what. I think I was like trying to save money, to be honest. Trying to find ways to be economical. And then I was reading up on how to make your own broth. And I was like, oh, this is actually really good for you. So it's really addictive. At least for me it is. I find great pleasure in making my own homemade broth. And it's very healthy for you. So I needed a chicken so I could make broth. And I also needed a chicken so we could eat dinner. Okay, I'm going to lay that there. I'm noticing this one sticks faster. So I don't know if they've redone their formula or something. Repackaged it and reformulated it, maybe. Oh, it's still kind of crooked. Oh no. I think the butterfly is going to hide that maybe a little bit. Yeah, so that was fun. That was a good day. I actually had a really good day just being out, you know. Nope, definitely. Well, we'll just cover up part of Mr. Irving's last name, and someday somebody may wonder who said that. And they'll never know because his name is covered up. Let's see, what else we got going on? I don't want to talk about everything because I don't have anything to talk about in the next video. I'm trying to get a couple of them done today. Okay, I want his body to overlap. Okay, so I'm hoping this is in the right spirit of variety and 3 layers, which is really more like 4 layers. Okay, and I want to make sure that where that's torn, it's really stuck down well so it doesn't come off or get torn later on. Once again, using these old napkins. I think I just said that, but I don't remember. Leftover napkins. Very handy. Usually I just put them in my napkin holder and we have them with dinner, you know, when we need a napkin at dinner time. I have a friend that, well, she loves Disney, Disneyland, and Disney this, that, and the other. And she, like, fills up her purse every time when she goes to Disneyland, so I go to her house to visit, and I'm like, why do you have all these Disney napkins? And it's because she takes them home with her, which is not really in the spirit of things, but they have like, oh, they've got like the timeshare, and it's just something that they've found that they like to do together. So they go about every 2 to 3 months, they go on a Disney vacation of some sort. So for her, maybe, I mean, she's, I guess, definitely paying for those napkins. So just so you know, I'm not doing that. Okay, a kind heart. Yep. Oh, I covered up the whole saying. Oh well. Freshen into smiles. Well, c'est la vie. There we go. That's just how it is. That's how it's gonna be. Okay. Well, that's too bad, but that's all right. It makes it look more cohesive. So, okay, I'm just piddling around here. I need to get with the program. Okay, so this one is pretty basic. It's another one of those really bright tags, and I liked this flower. This flower was really pretty. And then I liked this little piece back there, but then it needed something to draw it out, so I found this little scrap, and that kind of ties everything together. So there's the harmony piece because there's yellow, yellow, yellow. So I am going to just give that a quick rip, and I think, let's see, yeah, I think I want it with the torn edge up because the other edge is pretty covered up, so. And I think I want it to come not quite to the edge of the paper, so we're gonna, of the tag, so we're gonna tear it so it looks, okay. And then we'll get to gluing, and I'm not going to ink this one. I think it looks okay without it. I could be wrong. But once I get this background back there, it kind of helps everything else stand out. So how's everybody doing? I know that horrible cold snap was going through the Northeast, and as well as, I shouldn't say it. I'm going to say as well as Chinese-made UFOs also making their way across to the East Coast. Anyway, we won't go there. And yeah, so I just, every time Celeste tells me that she has snow, I just feel so bad for her. Celeste, I'm so sorry. Okay. Because honestly, that's one of the reasons I don't live further north, is because I just really don't like snow. Don't want to drive in it. Don't want to do anything in it. Don't want to feel obligated to have to go out in it. And it's just reinforcing my conviction that I don't really want to live in a super snowy area. There we go. Also, I don't want to live in somewhere it's boiling hot either. Okay, I want, here we go, gonna do this again. I want to get under that butterfly. I better hustle. I'm talking too much and going too slowly. You can always speed up the playback too. Don't forget, you can always tap that little gear on your screen. If you tap your screen and then it brings up the little gear, or sometimes it shows below the where the video is, and it just looks like a gear, and you tap on that, and then you can change your playback speed. And while you're down there fixing your playback speed, hit the like button and give me a thumbs up, okay? And yeah, and it'll just do good things for you. It'll bring you good luck. No, I'm kidding. But it will help my channel grow. Help me out. Hit the like button. And please hit subscribe if you're still holding out and you're still thinking about it. Well, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but I really hope that you'll consider hitting subscribe and commit. Commitment's a good thing. Let's see. Okay. Oh, sorry, scooting that thing over, but now it's, oh well, it'll be fine. Good enough, right? There we go. That one's pretty. Okay, there's that one. Like, subscribe, and share. Shows that you care, right? That's our little mantra. Okay, so this one gave me a lot of trouble because I wanted to use her, and I had this flower, and I knew I wanted them, but I was having trouble figuring out what to do. But then I went back to my the template, and I was like, man, I'm really giving this too much thought. So I needed, looking at this, I had like basically a vertical. I had my curve, which is the flower, but I needed a horizontal. So once I took a second to look at it, I realized, yeah, okay, that's my problem. So what I think I wanted to do was have a wider horizontal piece. I'm going to tear this off again because it's a little too jagged up there. And I also like that this has a bit of that distressed look on that edge, so I'm going to line that up. And then this is a tag, and so it has a hole right there, but when I put the flower behind it, it kind of fills in the color on her hat. So, yeah. So that was where the template really helped save the day, because it was taking me too long to figure this out. And then I was like, oh, well, you know, you have a template here for a reason. Self. Give myself a lecture. But I just wanted a wider, this horizontal band to be wider back there, because I think I just wanted it to fill up the space better. And then I can have the flower overlap the band and then this be on it. So let's do that. And then I also wanted everything to stay kind of within the sewing lines. Well, I guess it's not. So it's going to end up that the lady is in between in the sewing lines, but everything else is overlapping. So I'm going to go along here, get this edge. I was also kind of having trouble matching her because she's kind of an amethyst purpley burgundy color, which is just an oddball color. So every time I see this image, it makes me think of my brother, because his birthday's in February, so it just makes me think of amethysts in February. I don't know why. She's got her muff on and she's out getting ready to go somewhere. Maybe she's mailing a Valentine. It says postcard. She's carrying flowers. I don't know. Her colors just make me think of February. So let's trim this off really fast. I'm going to smooth that out a little bit. It's looking kind of wrinkly. And there she is. Now, is one of these clearer than the other? Yes, this one's clearer, so I'm going to put that side up. Yeah, this one just looks a little blurry to me. Maybe I'm nuts, I don't know. Hey, we have started watching, I don't know what made me think of this just now. We are finally watching The Chosen, the series. They have an app now, and so you can watch all of them for free. So we just finished season 1, and we'll be starting season 2, but it's really, I mean, I knew it was going to be good, but we just didn't have any of the services that it was previously airing on, you know, because they were all pay services, which sounds silly, because I mean, I do pay for Netflix, and I pay for PBS so I can stream it, and I pay for, my kids pay for Hulu and let us watch it. But anyway, I just, you know, if I'm going to pay for a service, I want to make sure I like everything that's on it. But anyway, so now they have a free app, and you can watch The Chosen on their app, and it has all 3 seasons that are available right now. So that was nice. So now we don't have to stop and wait. We just have to wait for season 4. Okay, so I wanted to put like this eensy weensy little label here. It's so cute. And it's, I can't decide, again, see I'm putting a 4th object, and it's really not, the template's called 3 layers. So, I mean, I guess if you considered that this and this are in the back and these 2 are on top, this could be 1 layer. I could overlap it like that just a bit. I just think it looks pretty on there, and I think it finishes it off. So, and I definitely have variety and harmony. So, there we go. So I'm gonna slide it down just a bit. Yeah, variety, harmony, 3 layers. Got your horizontals, verticals, and a round object. So it's very similar to the 2+1 that we learned last week. But it's different because there's at least 3 layers. So, alrighty, so that is what we have. Let me bring these down here. Oops, I've got glue right there, I think, or something. There we go. Don't want our glue oozing out. I gotta cap that as well. Okay, so for our template of 3 layers, we have the butterfly. I'm not gonna be able to get all these in the same view, I don't think. We have the pretty lady with her fur and her muff, beautiful hat, and then we have this butterfly flower arrangement. And again, I did ground it down here. I'm gonna try to see, I don't know. Don't know if that will work or not. Okay, and then template number 3, crossroads. Oh, butterfly's popping up. I'm gonna have to fix him. On the crossroads where we have our horizontals and verticals, which I just did backwards, verticals and horizontals intersecting. So crossroads is where a vertical and a horizontal line intersect. And so there's my 3 examples there. Okay, so that's what we did. Yay, I think we did it. Yay, us. All right, so let me know what you think, and if you guys are going to be giving it a try or not. I really hope you do. And then just practice, practice these templates, because now we have 4 of them, and maybe make some tags and do 1 in each design or whatever, so that you can kind of get in the flow and kind of get used to seeing these arrangements in a variety of ways, so that we're not all stumped. I don't know, some people, it just comes so naturally, but like I said, I tend to overthink. So anyway, all right, that is it for today. My quote is another one of these cute little things here. There's just so many good ones in there, and I found several that I wanted to read. Better to lose count while naming your blessings than to lose your blessings by counting your troubles. That is by, looks like, Malti D. Babcock. All right, good advice. Count your blessings, not your troubles, because no matter which one you're looking for, you're going to find one. You're going to find them, right? Just focus on the positive and not the negative. All right, that's it, guys. I enjoyed hanging out with you today. So until next time, be inspired and do something creative today and give these templates a try. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.